Hi, my friends, dear parents and dear teachers. Okay, so I just missed a short video of 26 minutes. But anyways, here are a few more, and this is the video number 11. Okay, so please do your cleanups, your updates, and get ready for our organization launching day. Talk to you soon. Have a great, positive, productive day. Thank you. Okay, so this update is for house items. So let's say here, toilet paper rolls cannot be too thick like that, cannot have bleached paper inside. They're not sustainable, not positive, not needed. What are you gonna do? Companies need to use them up to 2 weeks and already do the new ones. Leftover items, they have to recycle or redo it or however is possible. They only can use very thin, the most common ones, and without any whitening and things like that. All right, toilet paper, we are going to use them, the bleach out only if it's recyclable and also to disinfect them, but to be in a proper measurement as needed, not for them just to look nice and white. So according to the paper where it's coming from, they're not even going to need bleach, right? Because if they just came from trees or from cotton, whichever the paper they're being used, so they're not going to need that, all right? Because even from cane sugar, so how they're made? They're made from cane sugar, or how they're made, that is, if they do not need to be disinfected, we're not going to use bleach, right? Only if they are from recyclable items, then of course we need the bleach to make sure they're properly disinfected. Okay? All right. So the other thing is that for each place, each county, or every 2 counties combined gonna have their machines, okay? And we're gonna say every 2 or every 4 we see. And according to the trains that can distribute them in a sustainable way, all right? So they have to plant their own materials, bamboo grass, sugar cane, cotton, okay? Because trees take years. We have to find other ways, bushes, to plant in each county or each 4 counties, let's say, no more than 4, okay? To be sold to people really properly. So everyone this is an update for house and also business owners. All right, so for everyone that has pins or anything like cards, games, okay, you're gonna look and do the best. Yes, you can keep 2 or 4, but only if they're really positive. For example, for those 2 weeks, right, is the family cleanup weeks. So if you have, for example, let's say, checkers and chess, you can keep the checkers, but you're gonna throw away the chess pieces because chess is not good. It's to kill the king. Everything is to kill the king. We don't want them because king are good people, have to be good people. So nowadays our kings are who? Who? For example, for a family, it's the father of the family. For a city or a county, it's the mayor, right? For a state, it's the governor. For the country, it's the president. We don't want to kill, that's representing the leader of each of those things I said, even for a family, right? So we're not playing chess for this reason. We need to find games that are gonna respect the king, respect the father of the family, the department directors. So we have to be smart and figure out better games. So you're gonna figure out, you're not taking everything out, but you're gonna take everything out, that's bad. All right, until we have organization launching day and everything with all details posted online. Okay, so you can have a little something to play. For example, if you have a few balls, let's say, at your house, which one's gonna keep? The plain ones, not tennis balls. If you have tennis balls, if you have small rackets, that is fine. You can keep them, but you cannot keep, for example, the regular official tennis, because those rackets are not sustainable, not positive, and we don't need them, right? We're gonna keep only the small rackets, the wooden ones that parents can play, okay? All right, so that's just a few examples. The other things, we are not going to have any cartoon items, anything that's people and monsters, we don't even know what figure they out, what they are, we're not going to have them. Okay? All right. So let's talk about food items. So if you have a jar, food jars like that, okay? Yes, everyone, will take all the stickers out. If it's in a plastic, you cut them out, okay? As I showed you before. If it's in a paper, you put the water, put a little fabric, moist fabric, so they can release. Why? To give value of, of our lands, right? So we won't have landfills anymore, to give value to the organization proposal that we will make this happen. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna put a little fabric, the one you use at the kitchen to wash your dishes, right? Because we are not using loofahs at the kitchen. This is already decided. We are only going to use like 20 by 10 centimeters, small fabrics, right? And replace them once a year, twice a year, no more. They will be fine and last for a long, long time. So you're gonna take them out, and this peeling has paint. So you're gonna where you're gonna put them depends. If you already live in a community that already have lots of space, you can cut them in small pieces and put far away from fruit trees. You can put under low, dig low in the ground somewhere by the community garden. Yes, you can do that, but only if it's really deep, because these have ink, bad ink. Okay, on the future, all the ink we're gonna be from plants or natural, that will be fine. But this is bad ink. Even some have petroleum, so they stick bad. If you don't have authorization yet at your community, so if you're doing this before the organization launching day, just send to the trash, and you recycle the plastic, you recycle the metal, really, if you don't have at your community, save them in a little space, in a little box, and we're gonna tell you each county, gonna have their recyclers. You cannot throw things like that on a trash, okay? So save them in a corner of your house, like all the other electric items that we already said, toasters, coffee makers, rice makers, even bean makers, waffle makers, all these things, lamps with cords, right? Table lamps, floor lamps, air conditioners, humidifiers, all these small items. That's a floor item, that's not the central system, gonna be out. Save them in boxes by your front door, already get organized, because we're gonna recycle everything we can. All right, so if you have something like that, or if you're a producer, want to make them, that's what we're gonna use. This is really good, really sustainable. We're gonna have only the metric system, and even on countries that do not have the metric yet, only metric will be allowed. Okay, of course, if you have something like that, you can use until the new ones gonna be available for free or paid, okay? All right, this is very good. Why? Because we can detach the top, you see, so you can measure rice, beans to make your family. You can measure the water you're gonna put for that. And this, look, You can put your lemon, a little water, or your orange because it's cheaper. Depends what you have on that season to make your salad dressing for 1 or 2 days. So that's fine. Don't make too much. You can shake, right? So this is very sustainable. Every family gonna have one. And here you can close, easy to wash. It's not like these small ones that have a very small hole. So this is very good, very positive, done. Okay, easy to wash. That's the one we're gonna use. Of course, if you have that, even with the old measurements, until you have a plastic firm one, strong, very well. Look, this is very strong and firm. Okay, so that will be fine, and you can use the until the new ones are made with the metric measurement. All right, so if you have anything like say like that, plastic bags with excuse me, from companies selling things from other countries in the same way, 2 weeks of notice time, cancel. How are we gonna do that? I have to think how we're gonna do, because in some countries that's the only way we can have. Yes, 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks is plenty of time. Do not receive anymore. Cancel. If they're coming from other countries, they're gonna serve only their own continent, and then 2 more weeks only their own country. I think that's sustainable. And after the organization launching day, no more. I think that's plenty of time, for overseas. So let's repeat. 2 weeks, you can still receive wherever you have, if it's good things, like that, for example. Okay, 2 weeks, no more. And after the organization launching day, it's on a notice day. Okay, notice day, because we can't have more ships and airplanes going all over everywhere. Okay, so 2 weeks, no more ships and no more airplanes. All right, okay, so they're good. Flax seeds, chia seeds, right, and walnuts and almonds, all these nuts, all these seeds, but no more coming from ships and airplanes. That's it. After the organization day, it's on the notice day. No more. Okay, ships and planes on their way, they finish their trip, done. The ships cannot go back anymore. All right, so let's say, and after that, only to their own continent. For 2 or 4 weeks, I'm going to give you an answer afterwards. If they are going by regular trucks or trains, because airplanes and ships gonna be stopped, as I said. All right, okay, very good. So people can have access to what they need in the same way, spirulina, chlorella, and everything else, seeds and nuts and fruits. I think that's very sustainable. Okay, fruits, it might go I think up to 4 or 8 weeks, because we need those fruits, right? Because it's gonna take time. So fruits are gonna give you information afterwards. Okay, all right, but for seeds, that's what it is. I think it's plenty of time. Small bags like that you can save. Why? For example, with your little towel, every family gonna save one. So if you're going to a park or somewhere, get your little cotton towel, put a drop of soap in one side, close it. You see, I use this over and over. So let me a regular towel like that, very small. So this is about 20, 10, 20. This is 30 by 30. More or less like that. Can be 20 by 20. All right, so you wash well, and then you fold like that. That's how I do it. So it's good for everyone. So what you're gonna do, put a drop of soap, 2 drops of soap here, okay? Depends. If my soap, it's organic, and biodegradable. No, not organic, biodegradable. Yeah, it's organic too, but anyway, so you put 2 drops there. So when you go to a park or a library, so you're gonna wipe it down, okay, and then you turn, and you have many options to take the soap out. You have this side, and you still can have this other side here, right? Okay, so not too thick, not too thin. You see, like that one is perfect. All right. The other thing, if you go to the library or a park and you can clean up, or the pool, your residential area, or a pool somewhere, okay, or the beach or a river, have picnic tables, so you can wipe all of them down with the soap, and then you can come and clean them up. If you need, depends where you go and how dirty they are, you can put even 4 drops of soap, depends the soap you have, right? Because some people have soap that are not so strong, but they're organic and biodegradable. Yes, use the soap you have for clothes, for house items, use. Because you're not throwing away, where are you going to throw them, right? Use what you got, and then while they're available, and start purchasing the other ones as soon as they start being available, okay? All right, because we are going to use. And companies making soap the same way. They have 2 weeks to stop all their production. Already tell their staff members, 2 weeks, no more. Use what they can. After that's only biodegradable. And if they have very bad soap, we are going items to make those soaps, because we need soaps, right? And gonna take time for us to make. Some countries have nothing, no plants, nothing to make the biodegradable soaps. For these details, we're gonna tell you afterwards. For clothes and dish soap, but no more can come from other countries, so we have to be fast. So if they're coming ships, in airplanes, gonna stop. After the organization day, they're gonna stop. They're gonna arrive and done. Yeah, we can wash some places. Some people in rivers, they wash with what? Sand, right? They get the sand, rub them around, and boil water, wash their dishes that way. We have to figure out. So they have 2 weeks to send from other continents. After that's okay. They can share only their own continent if it's in trucks or in trains, but not anymore in airplanes or in ships, okay? I think that's very sustainable for bar soap, for liquid soap, for house, for dishes, for bathroom, for any other thing, okay? I think that's good, very sustainable, all right? Great. Now let's say a few words about crayons. If you have regular crayons at home, use them. Do not throw them away, because being vegan or not, being sustainable or not, we are going to use what we have. Companies have up to 2 weeks. After that, they're only going to sell without all this paint, without all these drawings. They have to figure it out. And they have 2 more weeks to make only the ones as we established, being very positive, very sustainable, and with our standards, let's say. I think that's very sustainable and positive. Okay? All right, so this, if you have that at the house, okay? So for companies making pencils like that, in the same way, they have 2 weeks to don't sell those things anymore, okay? Because this is still good. Why? Because people need pencils, right? So use what you got. You have 2 weeks to stop sending them out with this way. After that, we are going to sell pencils until here, without the names, because everything gonna be the piece logo, the piece name, that we don't even need to write. The information gonna be only the type of pencil they are, until we say what they have to write. But for now, they're gonna write, if they are number 2, what number they are, or softness, or whatever. No more names of anything, like after 2 weeks, no more names. Okay, they're just gonna have a little, on this case, so they don't break, they're gonna have a little cardboard like that, and just a very small little glue with white glue, little piece of paper, saying what? Crayons, 12, 10 or 20 colors, right? And that's it. That's it. Okay, so they cannot go with their name anymore out, and not printed like that. Gonna be in plain dark white, because we don't want to use bleach anymore. So they're gonna figure out, if they really don't have, they have to prove that they really couldn't find for sale things to purchase without bleached. Depends the country they are, okay? But they cannot sell this with all this yellow and things like that after 2 weeks. They figured out. Okay, so for other things, like for the cover, they also have 2 weeks. After that, what they're gonna do? They're gonna sell without their names inside as well, without their names, and without saying any detail, not needed, you know, the information already gonna be on the front. You know, just a very few words, because we don't need all these details. Oh, it's approved, this and that. Just put their license name, so we know. Everyone knows no toxic. Goodness, you know. Of course, if it's a licensed place, we already know non-toxic, or this or that, or made out of what. Okay? And after the organization day, we're gonna have all the details saying how they can be made, and we're gonna give 2 more weeks or 4 more weeks depending on the item and how much is needed on each county, because you know we need things. All right, so and this I already said, right, gonna be sold after 2 weeks only from here on. Okay, oh, the metal, improvement. From day of notice, they're gonna sell the eraser separately or in the same packet, but not the metal thing. Oh, that's aluminum, this like that. They're already gonna recycle everything from notice day. Perfect. Okay, so they can sell the ones they have with their names up to 2 weeks. I think that's really sustainable. Okay, that information gonna keep going until we say how we are going to write on them, the printouts. So don't print anymore, you know, and or a little bit at a time to be sustainable. Okay, and the erasers you can send on the same packet or sell separately, you know, in a little, because you can use them, right? What we're gonna do with them? Can't recycle erasers. Okay, all right, so that's good. All paper of all types, yes, we're gonna keep selling them, okay, the way it is. And companies have up to 2 weeks. They're gonna bleach the least and not the most. So after the organization launching, they're gonna be details. How much? Because we don't need very, very white paper. We don't. Yes, white, but not very, very white. It's not needed. Okay, so we're gonna give proper information how much bleach can be used. Because if the paper is made from cotton bushes, right? We don't even need bleach system. Okay, so we're gonna see which counties can already plant cotton and how gonna make the best as possible to avoid all the bleaching for books, for printing, for everything else. All right, and of course companies that make paper gonna keep going, but using the most sustainable paper for everything. Let's talk about schools, universities, and everyone else that does like yearbook, because many places nowadays they have that. So we're not doing this anymore. They're not sustainable, not needed, not positive. Families gonna have the opportunity to have one picture for each a festival, they are going to their school. Yes, we can have that, and after the organization gonna be free for everyone until the organization launching day. Gonna have always both option, pay or free. Okay, so it's one picture per family going to that. So they're gonna choose, or they're gonna have the picture of their child performing in a choir, something beautiful, okay, something special, or they're going to have the picture of the family doing something together, playing a game, or serving in one of the booths, one of the tables set up with good things, good food, okay? And if it's after the organization launching day, we're going to have the new rules and guidelines. This is before the organization day, gonna stop at day of notice. Just send information. Everyone that already paid, give their money back. We're not making any new yearbook print out as soon as a teacher, the principal, the owner, or any school staff member receive this notice of this video I'm making right now. They have to give to the owners, give to the principal, say, look, we cannot do anymore, and tell everyone else that, the team that's working to do it, it's canceled, it's not positive, not needed, done. Okay. All right. The other thing is that people can still take pictures, for example, of field trips. Positive, only very positive activities such as plays, theater, that is very positive from the beginning to the end. The story has only positive things, can cut out the bad things, can make improvements of what they already have been practicing. Okay, then it's okay. Can take a picture, gonna see the best picture, not a child alone, with the class, or, the best as possible. They're gonna take a picture. Yes, gonna send, let's say, yes, they can print out. Yes, the whole class together, for example, in a field trip, working or standing together with their teachers and volunteers that went to that field trip, or taking bus, everyone, something that will remind them the most of that field trip. Yes, they can take one picture, okay? All right, what else? So if it's a concert, they practice, okay. All right, if it's a concert with a choir, for example, all right. So the songs they are singing are really positive from the beginning until the end, all right. If it's not, they need to make arrangements. They need, if the person is alive, and did not pass the 50 years according to each country law, because some countries up to 50 years, right, for the person to be alive. And if they need authorization, they can write the person, or they cancel the whole song. If it's an old song, more than 50 years old, they don't need authorization. They can change the words and get it done. All right. So that's for all pictures, yearbooks, and everything else. Okay. For previous years, the school can get a very few from one year or another, and put it together, take pictures of the pictures, that's fine if they don't have records, and save only very good pictures. People dress up properly, politely, because the schools and universities of all age groups, from infants to PhD, yes, they can have some records, but what type of records? Only very good, positive. Not people dressed badly, or people with bathing suits that are very small. No, let's put respectful clothes, respectful, no makeup, or things like a carnival and things like that. No, properly field trips done in things, it's okay, a little bit, and then the inspector's gonna check before you print out for a very few things of that school, and then we're gonna say if that's gonna be available online, or if that's gonna be print it out for that school or university. We're gonna decide afterwards and give you the proper information. Okay? All right, great. That's for schools, universe from infants to PhD. Done. And also for some business that were doing that already. All right, so here we have, and we're not doing anything of anywhere using comics, Transformers, or, Minecraft, Pokemon, nothing like that, anime, nothing like that. They're not good, not positive, all right? So this is really important, okay? Really important, because we have to focus in good and positive things, okay? Only good and positive things. So no Harry Potter, no things related to Disney, things related to fairy tales, because all those things have negative things into them. All right, so we're gonna focus on only very good and positive things, positive stories, nothing related to video games or those things that I just said. All right, so this is very important, my friends. Okay, so cancel everything, and if money was taken, received from people, give them back, cancel and clean up everything. Okay, for very bad, for schools, and everyone that have very bad printouts like that, very hard ones, if they have a shredder, they're gonna shred and put far away from the organic gardens, but to leach it out, and far away, of course, from fruit trees, the best as possible, okay? Or they just send to trash if they don't have that land yet available. They send to trash, because the trash gonna be burnt and sent according if it's chemicals or not, the trash gonna be powder. But if everyone gonna do that, gonna be too much. So if you have a lot of property, already shred them out. If you don't know where those places will be, so put them in transparent plastic bags if you have them, or in boxes, or wherever plastic bag you already have, but already have them shredded, waiting in a place until that few days, no more than 2 weeks. You have to make a decision, okay, where you're gonna build something, or where you're not going to have fruit trees or organic garden beds, so you can use those printouts, those bed printouts, okay? All right, so that's it. For negative books, they're gonna be too many, you shred what you can, and for all the hardcovers, send to the trash, okay? For libraries, just send to the trash, because they're gonna figure it out, because it will be too many. In many schools, gonna be really too many. Okay, so if you have more than 50 books or so, it's not worth it. Just send to the trash, and they're gonna burn and figure out over there. Thank you. So we are not going to use in schools or restaurants or anywhere, supermarkets, sell magazines or anything that is like fruits, but that look like people. We don't need that, or motivating people to eat bad things, or have any drawings like that, So all restaurants, it's on the same day, from notice date. They're gonna stop giving that to all clients of all types, okay? They have 2 weeks to close down for their cleanup and apply for their new license, okay? So for restaurants, so what they have, 2 weeks from notice date to clean up all their items, stop purchasing bad things, they have to apply and start already offering only good food, real good food, and no ready food anymore. You stop all these deliveries, of ready food, okay? And all dairy and red meat, they use what they have, clean up their freezer, clean up their fridge, and start only good things, and ask for inspection in 2 weeks. So we are not going to have anywhere, not even supermarkets, schools, like Connect the Dots, or things related to dinosaurs, or Viking maze. We're not a maze of any type, or talking about Vikings, or the future clock, or the clock, back in time, and anything like that. So we're not going to have none of these items, non-coloring things, not even beautiful coloring, Children needs to learn how to draw with very good examples based on Waldorf education, with the soil, with the plants, and then with the trees, and then the sky, all completely done. That's what children needs to learn and do, okay? So the other thing, that we are not going to have anything related to Colosseum. Colosseum gonna be demolished. We don't need any remembrance of people that were fighting, people that have bulls, for torero fights or anything like that. The buildings that had fight before, but they are very good and sustainable and positive and can be used for something, those gonna be remodeled and proper use. All those old ones gonna be demolished, gone, and use the land for agroforestry or something very useful in that area, okay? So in Greece, the same way, all old things, pieces of this, pieces of that, gone. For the ones that are really good, really positive, can stay. Otherwise, gone. Okay? All right. All statues of all types in all cities gone. We cannot have people made in cement or metal of any type. We don't need that. We need people alive. People alive doing good, awesome, positive things. All right. So here, all this, with the exception of broccoli, they are not needed. We're not going to have this. Okay. All the pyramids that are broken in pieces or have underground, or they have mums, all the moms gonna be taken out, all the bad things, moms of all types, goodness, out. If they are still in those places, or if they are still in museums, all moms out and gone. They're gonna be incinerated, powder will be sent to an agroforestry nearby, done. We're not going to have those things. It's a waste of time. We have to focus giving children and adults good words. Children, teens, they need to copy the right words so they learn how to spell them properly. I know children that can write 4 pages of an essay and they don't even start a paragraph with a capital, uppercase letter. They write, they forget dots, periods, they forgot commas, they don't write them properly. So we are not doing this anymore to anyone. Okay, we are not doing anything related to past civilizations like that. They're going to learn about them and done, in a proper age. We are not going to have menus for any restaurants. Why? Because we're going to harvest our own food. And restaurants have up to 2 weeks to start their gardens right there on a land or in a land nearby, up to 1 block, up to 2 blocks away. I think that's sustainable. Of course, everything that's needed, we're going to improve if it's needed, but I think up to 2 blocks, they have to figure out, or they have to close down. So in those 2 weeks of notice day for the restaurants, right, they have to work fast. They need to implement their gardens in up to 2 weeks, because in up to 2 weeks, they're going to have inspection, and or they close down or they continue. If they already plant their gardens and the first sprouts are coming out in up to 2 weeks, they can continue. I think that's really sustainable. No more menus of any type. They can charge, but they also can offer food. They have to offer food for free, right? Because that's our work. And soon after the organization launching day, we're only going to have what? Everything for free, because everything gonna be for free to everyone, because people gonna go to the restaurant on appropriate day. Okay, so that's about restaurants. 2 weeks to start their garden is to be really a lot according to how many clients they're going to have. They have to do their own math and present their proposal. Okay, we're going to offer 100 or 200 meals a day. They cannot do 4 or 5 because they're not going to have that much of food to start out. They can add afterwards, but to start they have to say 100 or 200 a day. When? How much? So the land, how many beds they're going to make, all properly done with boards, like hardwood boards for the garden beds or timbers. They have to show their proposal. The person gonna come, the couple that gonna check everything for restaurants, and also an agroforestry from the city office, right? Agroforestry department direct gonna come and check. Okay, so how many gardens you have? Okay, all right. How many sprouts you already have on those 2 weeks? So the owner and the people the owner gonna choose have to work really fast. In 2 weeks, no more red meat, no more dairy, no more ready food. So be smart and be fast. And restaurants gonna renew and also take all things out from the walls, everything else. Only very positive and sustainable ones is business they can keep, like beef or images. And then they already need to have their plan for big windows, like very large windows, 2 by 1.5, something like that, for people to be able to see outside. Okay, and then of course, I think 2 more weeks to start their remodeling, and then they can have a half closed down, a half open, and then they can make the proposal for construction as well. Okay, so they have 2 weeks for the gardens to be implemented, up to 200 people, up to 200 meals, if they have lots of garden, of course. Okay, all right, and then 2 more weeks, so that will be 4 weeks from the notice date to start their construction. Take carpet out, start putting the new windows, and then they figure out each restaurant or fast food, because they are not going to have, from notice day, they are not going to have more orders, cancel or orders, of fast food and red meat, or even chickens, because chickens gonna already be sent, those companies, you already cancel from day of notice. You have to cancel red meat, chickens, dairy, okay? And hydrogenated fat, synthetic coloring, and all these things. All right? Okay, thank you so much, my friend. Let's get this working. Gonna be before new work. All right, have a wonderful, productive day. And dear owners, let's start working. Check our videos on YouTube, Clean Waters and Peace Organization, and start doing your work and your plans as soon as possible. Get it done. And notice to your staff members. And if you have any crayons like that, save them, because we're gonna give them to schools, to people. We're gonna use. Do not trash them, okay? Do not trash them. And anything you have like that, gonna send to trash, because or if you have a shredder, you're gonna shred and put on your garden area, but really low, not by the gardens. By the gardens, you're gonna use organic soil and organic the compost gonna be the best we can for now, you know, using the peelings that you already have. But for printouts like that, have a lot of chemicals. So you're gonna put, you know, like cover holes far away and put them really deep, you know, like spread them around far away, digging holes, okay, because they have chemicals, so they can leach out with time, with rain and watering, all right? And from notice day, you cannot give them anymore to guests of any type. All right, really great. Thank you so much. And start already, you know, making your improvements on your websites, and already tell people the price for the day, regular price for everyone. And also say it is free for families that cannot afford. And the owner needs to find out. Is that wonderful? All right, my friends, let's make a changes. And as soon as we have the organization launching day, we're going to have the new rules and guidelines. Thank you. Take care. And let's have an awesome, productive day. Thank you. Okay, for fruits of all types, they can use the old bags in up to 2 weeks from notice day. I think that's really sustainable, really positive, no more. After that, they can only use transparent bags and a little paper sliding in if they have any fruit left. Okay? So let's say they're not going to use plastic bags with netting like that. All the bags, if the product needs to breathe, they can have holes, you know, like that small holes, like punching holes, 1 centimeter or so, and or just send in bulk to the supermarkets, wherever is the new rule. But each facility needs to stop using those bags, regular colorful bags, in 2 weeks. I think that's really sustainable, really positive. After that, they're only going to sell in bulk. Okay? All right. So let's talk about this. So for example, kale or anything else sold in bag, they also have 2 weeks for their improvements. Okay, after that they are only going to sell the kale itself and everything else sold in bulk. No more bags. So I repeat, every company have only up to 2 weeks to make the improvements, and no more small bags and cut salads. I think that's really sustainable. If they can stop before, great. And they can start already selling their salads of all types, veggies of all types in bulk. All right, that's really great and really sustainable. So let's talk about this one. So for a small package of toilet paper and everything else, also up to 2 weeks, no more. 2 weeks is plenty and enough. Okay, so after that we are only going to sell in bulk. So 2 more weeks for toilet paper, 2 more weeks of 4, but no more ones anymore. No more ones, because people can afford or have it for free, the ones in 4 for 2 more weeks. After that, only in bulk, 8 rows or more, to give or to be sold. No more. Okay, so that's very good for this. Every company selling clothes or anything else, they also have 2 weeks to stop all printouts like that, big names like this. None of them gonna be used. Or stickers, you know, I took one here, you see, I took one out there. No more. Up to 2 weeks. Up to. They can make the improvements as soon as possible. We are not, because it's hard for people, you know, and we have to make an improvement. What they're gonna do? Clear bags for the next 2 weeks. Clear bags. After that, bulk. Send without bags, because we don't need bags anymore. We're going to stop bags in all countries of this planet Earth, because God is guiding us and we need to make improvements. What we're gonna do? Put the paper information, you know, and send in bulk. And clothes gonna have paper tags with cotton strings. After 2 weeks, all clothes gonna have what? Paper, you know, or a little thick paper, cardboard, with cotton strings, and no more plastic strings. That will be plenty and enough. All right, so no stickers like that. You see, stickers like this, no more. For salads, for donating food, for anything, or for people working construction, nothing, everything gonna be clear. All right, and we're also not going to have any twist like that. We're gonna use in 2 weeks of notice, we're only gonna use that as plain plastic. It's easier to recycle. You know, the square one, okay, we're not using this anymore. They're not good. They are hard to recycle because they have this wire inside, and they're not firm enough to use for garden, you know, because we have the type that's really strong. People can save those, and companies that are not going to use can save them for garden work. They're going to be donated, but not this one that can break very easy, you know, because it's paper with wire inside. They don't last long enough. And also all electronics, instead of doing this, using stickers, they have up to 2 weeks to start printing the information as smallest as possible. Paper, right, using transparent plastic. And 2 more weeks, you know, the least, and then we are going to give more information. The least as possible going to be used. So basically it's that. Okay, my friends, I got this bag just for an example. All right, all the companies, all bakeries making bread, they can only make up to 2 weeks of notice day. And after that, they have to sell everything they have, you know, with the section, the bad stuff like hydrogenated fat and all these things, they are not going to use. But for the bread, they can make up to 2 weeks from notice day. I think that's sustainable. So they can make the bread, and the best as possible, only whole wheat, okay? And everything else left, the flour left, they're going to make selling bags. Sell or give, donate, right? To families nearby, or to wherever they want, you know. People living nearby, or bring to a specific place, give, donate, right? Or sell in up to 2 weeks. And close it down. They have 2 weeks to close it down. I think that's the most sustainable. You know, it's plenty of time, and we won't waste any material. So they can use the oil, yes, they can use the oil, but not hydrogenated fat, you know, of any type. Okay, I think that's, and no coloring, of course, you know, artificial coloring. I mean, if it's natural, they can use, such as real turmeric, they can use, you know, but not hydrogenated fat, and no fat from pigs. Okay, they cannot use those type of fat. All right, for everything else, they're not purchasing anything else anymore. They make the bread as they can. All right, the other thing is that they are going to, on these 2 weeks, they can, if they can make the bread, the healthy bread, using their, if they already have the bags, they can use the bags. That's fine. If they don't have the bag, like they're making another funny, you know, bread with the healthy items, they just get a little paper, you know, and print out the ingredients they're using. That's fine. They can type, print very small, you know, doing the basic they can. If according to the present law, because I don't know if it's gonna be before or after the organization launching day, you know, they're gonna do, they print it out and put inside. It's okay, they get a little messy with the oil, that's fine. The information is there with the ingredients. That's the most needed thing, with the ingredients of what they are using. And if they can sell or not according to their country law, they don't need that because it will be given, right? So you just do the best you can. They have 2 weeks to close it down. That's very important for all bakeries of all types to close it down in up to 2 weeks. So I repeat, after that, we are only going to sell or give according to the present law, if it's before or after the organization launching date. All right? Thank you so much. Okay, my friends, so this is the last one. So I missed the video of 26 minutes, but I'll let you know afterwards. If it's related to school and the planning for the teachers, and then I will let you know. If it's the house, I think we have enough examples. You already do the best you can and get ready because our organization launching day will be a real gift. Okay? And also get ready with your family for a special presentation. If you want to be a department director or an assistant, right? Or anything else, it's good for you to have your family ready because when we will have party days, fundraising events and festivals and family fun days on Sundays, and then you're ready to perform, okay? Choose very special, positive songs. You can even create yourself, right? And because we are going to have this theme of checking existing songs. And yeah, you can even dance, right? But need to be respectful dances, of course, or gymnastics, even classic ballet or modern ballet. You know, choose something really like, or just sing. Right? That's a gift we have. It's our vocal cords and we all can sing. And the presentations can also be done on the day families will go to orphanages, right? That will be special for the children to have an idea about you and teens as well. I think that's another gift. And just to sing and move around with our white flags, that's really great, imagine. And elders can sing also and walk around with their white flags. White flags for now can be anything you have at the house. Can be a pillowcase, can be a sheet that you already have, or a white towel, right? Okay. All right, get ready, my friends. Let's celebrate. Our parties and events are coming up soon. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.